What up, world? It's RadioActivePodcast, and I'm your host, Ace Boogie.
And it's your host, Ace Boogie.
I don't. This guy, this guy here. Yo, it feels good to be back. Another episode. We was gone for a minute. We was gone for one episode actually.
Yeah, that's a week, bro.
I know, man, but it feels good.
When we away, it be feeling
You know
like
what I mean?
5 years.
What's going on, people?
How y'all doing?
So check me out.
I'm
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Let me share some stuff.
We talking about high class parties. We talking eloquence here. You know what I mean?
You feel me?
Exquisite taste.
What
Okay.
else?
High fashion.
Bougie.
We talking about the fairy godmother herself. Ma'am, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Kimberly Williams with Gateway to Pearls Debutante Program and Ball.
All right. So, tell me, ma'am, what got you into? Because most black folks would even think to do something like this. What got you into it?
Hold on, before you answer that, I apologize. What is that?
Oh,
what is that? I didn't even know.
So what is a debutante?
When he told me, I didn't even know what that. I thought it was like the little beauty pageant.
So a debutante ball basically is, or a debutante program, it is presenting young ladies to society. So they become of age, say they're a senior in high school, they're 18 years old. They are being presented is what it is.
And like presented, like how?
So we actually will do a ball.
Okay.
And during the course of that ball, each of the debutantes, they are presented individually. They speak about their accomplishments, their goals, their hopes, their dreams, their visions, and you present them individually to family, friends, community, that sort of thing. But it's a presentation.
Okay. Continue. My bad. Because I didn't. I thought it was
like you said, a pageant.
Yeah, you know, like when the little girls have the pageants. That's what I had thought of when they get like the little tiaras and things of that nature, and that's what I had thought of.
This is more like Cinderella when they had the ball. Cinderella went to the ball. You watch Cinderella, act like you trying to act like you
I like
watch
Cinderella. And I love all Disney movies. I was trying to think
okay.
like the ball. Okay.
Thought you tried to front on me real
It's
quick.
a ball.
No.
It is definitely a ball, and they have the tiaras. They have the white ball gowns. They're in elbow length white gloves, and so it is all of that. It's very elegant.
Like you going to see like Princess Diana, like one of those little, sort of speak, like when you watching like
It's
the
a
royal. Okay, I understand
Yes.
that. Okay.
So, what got you into it in the first place?
I have several members or a couple members of my family who are debutantes. And so I eagerly, patiently waited until my turn to become a debutante. I have a daughter. I was just as ecstatic and just as excited about my daughter becoming a debutante and trying to ensure my daughter became a deb. It became an interest of mine that if I couldn't find a program to put her into, then certainly I was going to create a program to not break family tradition and have my daughter become a debutante. So my daughter was my focal point. And once my daughter was presented with a different program, I went on and I said, well, you know what? This is something that everybody should be a part of. Everybody that want to be a part of it can be a part of it, regardless of your economic status, your social status. Make it available to everybody. And so I went out seeking young ladies of all classes to become a part of what I think is an awesome experience.
What is there a criteria for this, or like do you have to? Because when we were speaking, I was thinking about the little pageants that they have, and one of the questions that I had brought up was like, are the girls still allowed, or well, I guess it's for females. But are they still allowed to play? Like, if they get like, can they play like regular kids, or is it more strict? Like, no, don't do that. You can't do this because you might scratch yourself, or you know.
They are able. They have lives. They continue with their activities, church, family, school, sports. They do all those things. This is just an addition to what they're doing. We're a complement to what they're already a part of, and so they become a part of what we're doing, and we speak about those accomplishments when we're presenting them. We present all of those accomplishments, all those goals and achievements, and so it's a part of, and it's an addition, but it's not a subtraction.
Okay. Is there a lot of people that look like us, a lot of black people that do it?
There are. It is something that is not, at one point, when it initially started, it was something for the rich and wealthy, but it's no longer just the rich and wealthy that are doing debutante balls.
Okay. And so how do they sign up? How do they get into it? Do you just see someone on the, like, how do you pick someone, or how does that happen?
What I typically do is I use social media and word of mouth.
Okay.
And so people will go to my website and they'll find us there. They can go to my Facebook page. They'll find us there. I've had families that have 5 girls, and each of the girls are coming through. And then we have family members that are telling another family, friends that are telling one another. And so it's word of mouth as well. And people just look us up, and I'm constantly looking for people. So I'm out at the grocery store, I'm out wherever I see young ladies, and I'm speaking to them about becoming a debutante. Some have interest, some don't. Some never ever heard of it. So then it becomes an education piece as well. But I'm constantly looking for young ladies and families, because it's a family thing. So I'm looking for families to be a part of what we're doing.
Okay. Now, where are you originally from?
Illinois.
Illinois. Okay.
What part of Illinois?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
It's
not
that we ain't never heard
Chicago.
of.
It is not Chicago.
Oh, you know, where is it at?
The typical answer is Chicago.
Right.
However, I am from East St. Louis.
Oh.
Is that the city? That's what it's called?
That's what it's called.
East St. Louis? Oh, East St. Louis.
Is the name of the city.
Is the name of the city.
I was about to say Chicago.
Exactly.
East St. Louis, Chicago?
No,
Like,
yeah.
No,
Yes.
everybody says Chicago. However,
So
it's Illinois.
It's Illinois.
Look, see, he thought.
Look, man.
He
Why you
thought
gotta do all that extra?
No, I'm with you.
Why you gotta-
I'm with you. He thought Chicago was a state.
Look,
He thought Chicago was a state. I'm not about to.
I knew it was a city.
Look. Oh, you from
You
East
always
St.
gotta
Louis,
point out. You always
Chicago.
gotta point out something.
Chicago is a state by itself.
It is right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. The brother over there got my back.
Okay, well, we wasn't talking about that. We were talking about East St. Louis. We were talking about, and you thought that East St. Louis was in the state of Chicago just now.
You guys are funny. However, we do border St. Louis, so we're on the other side. We're just across the river from St. Louis.
Okay.
That's what's up. Okay, so give us I guess, like, when you say you see the young ladies, you kind of break down, like, what is it that you tell the young ladies when you see them?
Most often, I explain to them what is a debutante.
Okay.
First of all, they do want to know that, and then they want to know, well, how do I get into it? And some want to know, what's the criteria? I have a criteria, but I'm kind of lenient when it comes to the criteria because I want to be available to everybody, and so it doesn't matter. So generally, having a certain age, at one point, I was sticking to seniors only. Then I ran across a lot of people that said, well, senior year is so busy, we can't just always do senior year. So I started, okay, well, we could do the juniors as well. So I kind of bent that a little bit, and grades is a big one, making certain that your academics are in order. And it's not a whole lot that I try to use to keep people out because I want more people in. Right. I think it's an experience that the young ladies should all encounter. However, we do have our young men. Our ladies can't be art unless they're escorted by a young man. So their peers of their age is also a member, and he's able to partake and participate just as well as she is. So
is that called debutante as well, or?
Well, he's just an escort.
It kind of reminds me of prom. Like, is this a party? What is this?
Yeah.
It's a party in some regards. It's so not prom.
Okay, so
This more elegant.
give
than
us
prom.
the visual of what a debutante.
You got to get carried in on a horse and a chariot.
They may like that. They would probably love that. But the ball itself is a formal dinner where they're being presented. So we typically host in a ballroom in the city. And when we're there, we start off with presenting the Debs one another, one by one. And then we do formal dances. And so they do a ball dance. And after the ball dance, we have dinner. And that's pretty much the evening.
Is it like an exquisite dinner?
Well, it's a
we
plated
talking-
Because we in here
Steak and shrimps?
tuxedo. You feel?
Yes.
We in here. I need to be eating a full
Filet
You
mignon.
know? I
Well,
need
you know
a.
what? We can't go to that expense level unless somebody give us more funding for that level of expense. So we stick in with just a plated dinner that they can actually enjoy.
This is black owned, right? This is what you. This is yours,
This
right?
is my organization.
That's beautiful.
So yes, I began it from bottom up,
Wow.
basically. So
Is
yeah.
there a lot of black owned So what would you be called? Like what? Are you a debutante as well? Or what were you
I'm
called?
a
madam,
debutante only because I went through the whole presentation myself. So yes, I would be, but I am just the owner of the program. Basically, it's about my kids. It's about the Debs and their escorts, and so I don't give myself a place, position, title. I just try to make it happen for them and make it all about them.
Is it a lot of black people, black owners, debutante, like people that own corporations? I don't know what is like a specific name. I'm sorry.
It's not necessarily like a corporation or anything like that. But when I came through as a Deb, and when my family members came through, we came through a sorority. So the sororities typically will host them. Then you have some businesses that will make it in addition to their organization. Some nonprofits, it'll be in addition to their organization, but not necessarily a business within itself. But in addition to.
Is there any black history behind this?
What I have learned is that the very first one began in 1895 in New Orleans. It was the very first black one.
Really?
1895 in New Orleans.
New Orleans, just in like the whole French.
Yeah.
You know, the whole little Renaissance. Right. I can see that.
Now, what goes into putting something like this together? Because I know they got to learn the dance, of course. They probably got to get their outfits together, put their makeup. So, first of all, how long is this process, and what all goes into it?
So, I typically like to coincide with the school year. So, if the school year starts August, September time frame, I would like for it to have the kids, and we start October time frame. And we run consecutively with the school year, so we're done. Oftentimes, we try to be done by April. And so it just depends on how quickly the kids become a part of the program, get the applications in, get, onboarded, and then we kind of move from there. So running with the school's timeline is what we attempt to do. But
is it like a competition, so to speak? Like who has
it
the
is
best,
so not
perfect?
a competition.
Okay,
that is something that I don't promote competition because I want to make it about the individuals, and I don't want them to feel like they got to compete with their Deb sister. No, that's your sister. No competition here.
Okay.
So is it a sisterhood?
It is.
Oh.
Try to build that relationship and that bond between our Debs, and so that if they choose to be lifelong friends, they have the opportunity to do so.
So to get to where you at, so you would be considered like the perfect...
Are you like a madam or something?
Yeah, like what?
I know you don't have a title.
I know you don't have a title.
I am just like the CEO and the founder.
You're the coach.
But I'm saying to even be able to... You said coach, right?
No, I said that.
Oh, okay. To even be able, well, this besides the coach, but be able to tell, even recognize how they should act or the criteria for them to even be a debutante, then you must be whatever the ranking system, you must be up there to even be able to be like, oh no, you're doing it wrong. Act, do this accordingly, or this is the criteria. So what?
So we
you like the perfect lady or like?
Well, see, there's no title per se, at least in my world here.
Once you're black, you're perfect.
So I don't have a title per se, but what I attempt to do is I surround myself with qualified people who can assist and support. Right now, I have, and I select for volunteers to help me, but typically what makes my world work with this debutante ball is my mother and I.
Okay.
It is the two of us, and we make it all happen. I have two children, and they will come in and support. For example, my son, who's a sophomore in college now, from the very beginning of my program, he's always been an escort every year. He's had to escort a debutante every single year. My daughter, she supports me administratively. She does a lot of registration the night at a ball for me. So my family and I really are what has built it, kept it going, and will continue to keep it going.
Yes, ma'am. And
I have now gotten some volunteers this year that are going to be instrumental very soon here and also supporting and helping me. But typically, my mother and I.
How did your family get into this?
Well, again, I have a couple people before me that were Debs. And at that time when we were becoming debutantes, we went through the sorority. And you did have to be picked and selected, and it wasn't just, I want to do it. No, you were chosen.
Right.
Which sorority?
Deltas, actually.
The Deltas, okay.
But I'm a Zeta.
Really? Oh, man, what's that? 1920. 1920. Woo. I'm glad I let her finish. Cause
right. He was
about
to say
the wrong date.
He was about to get that incorrect, and he called it East St. Louis, Chicago.
Yeah.
That's why I chose not to say nothing. I was like, I don't even know sororities like that. I'm not even about to play with her.
So where did you pledge at?
I did a grad chapter here in San Antonio.
Here in San Antonio. Yes. Now, what's your thoughts about being part of a sorority?
I love it. I love the sisterhood. I love being a Zeta. I think it's amazing.
Now, how was it growing up in East St. Louis?
Look,
It is the typical childhood for me. I can't speak for anybody else's experience. It's not a wealthy area at all. It's probably significantly less than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I had an awesome and amazing childhood in spite of what was happening in community and society around me. It had no impact and effect on who I became.
What was happening in the community?
So just like in any other inner city, you have drugs, you have, various crimes and things happening. But again, I'm proud of where I came from. And a lot of amazing people have come out of that particular city. For example, Jackie Jarner, Kersey, has come out of there. Alfonso Ellis has come out of there. They can name others. So we have a lot of wonderful people that have come out of such a bad environment.
What is it known for? Is it known for music? Is it known for art?
Alfonso Ellis is basketball, NBA. He went to NBA. Jackie Joyner Cursor did track and Olympics, and so.
So is the city known for anything, specific?
Just the products of people that have come out of it, as far as I know.
So you have a event coming up, correct?
I do. Our ball is actually coming up 24 April. Wow. And so we're doing lots of prep. I recall now you asked that question. So a lot goes into making this happen because you have to secure a venue. You have to, first of all, secure the children. You need the children in order to have a ball. So you need the families to participate and be a part of it. Once you got your families, then you want to ensure you have your venue. You want to ensure you have your DJ and your entertainment if you so desire to do so. You want to make certain if you're doing a presenter, you have that person in place. So all those pieces behind the scene, there's a lot. My mom does a lot of my decorations, and so ensuring that she has everything that she needs to ensure we have a gorgeous facility. Right. And the venue, we just try to transform it and make it an elegant affair. And I have to ensure that I have tuxedos on reserve for my dads and my escorts. And so marketing the program, speaking about the program, getting people to kind of understand who we are, what we do, and that we do exist. Because it's two people and two children doing this versus a whole organization doing this.
Right.
People don't know we're there. I think that we're getting some recognition now and people are coming to understand that we exist, but we are still in infancy stages to a certain degree.
While we're talking about it, just in the middle of this, what is it called one more time for the people?
Gateway to Pearls Debutante Program and Ball.
Gateway to Pearls
Debutante Program
and Ball. There we go. Perfect.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any type of etiquette you gotta have? Like you gotta use a big spoon.
Yeah, like you gotta make
spoon.
sure the fork right here, the spoon right here. You can't if you see a
this
girl
is a
eating
soup
with
spoon.
this is a soup spoon. That's not
Yes.
you can't eat with that. You kicked out. You eat with a different spoon. You kicked out.
We
You
don't
out.
want them to leave, so we will definitely keep them. But yes, we actually do two of the traditional things that are part of a debutante ball, which is a mother-daughter tea and a father-daughter dinner. And so during our tea, we actually have etiquette. And so they will learn etiquette at that point in time. And so when we have the ball itself, they're able to practice and exercise what they've learned in etiquette.
That's when you put like
Can you give us
napkin right here.
Yeah, can you give some examples?
Help me out, because I eat with my arm on the table. I do all that. I be licking my
Etiquette
fingers.
is etiquette, and it really is.
I take off his plate and eat some of that dip in his ranch.
No.
I be doing all the wrong stuff, so help me out.
Exactly.
I got
So
no
it is
etiquette.
It is typically just making certain, like you're saying, you're utilizing the right utensils.
Y'all
at
would
the
kick
right
me
time.
right out. You would
That
kick me
you're-
right out first day. You know what? This ain't for you.
It's okay.
This
It's
ain't for
okay.
you.
escort you out
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Somebody gonna escort you out. You gotta go.
It is perfectly fine because everybody's eating or not so much as paying attention to what utensils the next person. Yeah. So, but because of the whole atmosphere, nobody's reaching over. Nobody's like
Right.
doing things that wouldn't. But nobody's really paying attention at the same time either.
Mm-hmm.
So you're having conversation with those at your table. And you're just enjoying the evening. It is a
Right.
very gorgeous affair.
Is this a private setting or is this something that everybody comes and watches?
You actually have to purchase tickets. So you purchase a ticket, then you come in and you be a part of what we have going on. But otherwise, it's closed door.
Oh,
Is it one of those like, and you gotta dress the part? Like, let's say I bought a
You
ticket.
have to dress the part. It's
I couldn't come like we couldn't come. I mean, we look nice for street clothes.
I look better than you.
It's
I look way better than you.
Ah.
But we would have to have a tuxedo on.
You're wearing a suit and tie. And
Right,
you
right.
can wear tux as a guest, but our escorts and their dads are in tuxedos, and our girls are, of course, in ball gowns. And so all of our guests are in formal affairs. So their attire is formal. You can tuxedo, or you can just do sit and tap.
I feel like this would be a place like the mayor or somebody be like,
Yeah.
hey, what's the stock portfolio? And
How much does it cost to be part of something like this?
Well, for our families to be a part, it is actually $800 for them to participate,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all inclusive.
And that
That don't sound
includes
bad at all.
mom,
No,
dad,
it's
and
not. Actually, in
child.
comparison, it is just for the debutante. To
Just for her,
participate.
okay.
That's right. For her.
And what does that consist of? What is the $800? What do you
Go to.
It
Yeah.
is really it helps us to put a fair together, because there's so many moving pieces and it's such a large expense to make it happen. So that covers a lot of, and it pays for our photographer, our videographer, our DJ. It pays for a lot of the expenses and things that are taking place. And so I finance a lot out of pocket, but I can't do all of it out of
Of
pocket.
course.
So-
800 doesn't sound bad, especially when you're about to transform this place. Y'all coming in
Yes.
looking like $1 million. I know places that's more than that just to get less than doing all that. So $800 doesn't sound bad.
When you look at certain locations, like in the bigger cities, they will charge upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 to become debutantes. It's really something.
Does that
was
come with like the
created-
tux and or is that like, so this doesn't become part of the clique, so to speak, or like part of the debutante, just the 20,000 or 800, or does that come with, this comes with a tuxedo, or it comes
So-
with the dress or the gown, or what have you?
Again, the fee is just to cover program and administrative things.
Okay.
And so I actually have made a point to go out and purchase a lot of ball gowns. So for my families who financially cannot afford to participate, I usually will also ask people to sponsor families so that they can participate, and that happens as well. I purchase a lot of gowns so that if they can't even afford a gown, if I have one you can fit, it's yours to borrow.
Yes, ma'am.
So what type of
Borrow.
music are we gonna be?
That's what I was gonna ask too. Is it a certain type of music that y'all in there too, like dancing to, or what happened?
So, well, the music is something that I take personal stake in, and so this year I'm kind of using a little bit of different music, and it's important because they're dancing to that music, and so you want to make certain that it's commensurate with the occasion. And so selecting songs that are speaking to what you're doing, that is important.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because he don't know nothing about. Well, I don't know if you've heard this song. Have you heard "Lady" by Teddy Pendergrass?
Yes.
Yeah, you have.
I hadn't heard it.
Yes.
Okay, whatever.
You did hear it.
You put me on. I
Well,
understand.
no. I'm thinking like Lionel Richie, maybe.
"Lady" by Lionel Richie. It's the same song. Lionel Richie sung it too, and so did
Okay.
Kenny Rogers. But let me tell you this, Mama. Once you hear Teddy sing it, you just gonna forget
So
that
it's
they
a whole
sung it.
nother
It's a
level.
whole nother thing. But I only asked because it
Well,
don't matter.
I'm glad you brought that up.
He was saying something. I let him hear it, and he was acting like it was.
because I thought it was all right. It
was all right.
Yes, I thought it was all right.
Y'all, when y'all get a chance, viewers out there, go look up "Lady" by Teddy Pendergrass. Now you're only gonna
It's all right.
y'all only gonna be able to find the live version because he passed away before he can record it. And the live version is, I think, the first time that he recorded it. So when y'all get a chance, go look up "Lady" by Teddy Pendergrass.
Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
I want, being that we brought up music, I want to
You're
go ahead and
welcome.
play a game.
Oh
We're
my
gonna call
gosh.
this Motown's finest.
Oh,
Okay.
music.
So this is
Okay.
these lyrics I'm gonna read out are all part of Motown artists,
Okay.
songs that they sung, and we're gonna see you and the people that are watching.
Oh, before
can
we go,
guess.
someone says,
Oh yeah, you read the comments real quick.
yeah,
if you
I'm
want.
sorry. Let's get to the comments before he does that. I really apologize. We got some of our viewers in here. Okay. Cheryl Meadow. What up, Cheryl? She's been supporting us forever. She said, how awesome. She said, talking to you, she said, she is amazing. Our daughters need more of this wonderful training, support, and education. Star
you.
Hill says, does it cost? We covered the cost. $800, correct?
Yes.
$800. And then her follow-up question, well, there's two. Oh, well, that's the same thing. What's the cost per child? I'm just going through the comments. And then Star says, is that cost yearly or is that monthly?
That's total.
That's total. Okay.
That's
Forever?
so you only get to become a debutante once. So
What I'm saying, how old so if I pay 2010 and I'm 16, hypothetically, am I a debutante until I'm 90? Like, is it? Or,
once a deb, always a deb.
oh, okay. So if you see somebody out there getting jumped and she a debutante, we jumping in.
Jump in. Yes. Always a deb.
Okay, so yeah, so the cost it's not yearly, it's $800 period, which is not bad at all. Dang. That is a great price. I'm thinking even $800 a year. I was thinking.
Well, how many times in your life can you do this? Just once?
Once.
Got you.
You can't go to
Once
no
you're
other
presented,
organization.
you're presented.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay,
that's it.
Okay, cool. All right, Deb is for life. She said, okay, always, LOL, always a Deb. Yeah, they go Deb for life. Okay, LOL, always a Deb. All right, we're going to get back to the comments. QP, what was you saying?
Yes. So we're going to play a game. These are, like I said, these are all Motown artists. We're going to see if you can guess.
Deb for life.
Oh, okay.
You guys at home, hopefully you can guess this as well.
Yes,
all right.
I need some help.
First lyric.
Bing!
Father, Father, we do not need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer.
You reading the Bible?
For only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Who is that artist?
Jesus.
God.
Like, bro, he just read a scripture.
I read it that way on purpose.
idea.
I can't make the same rhythm of the song, and then she gonna guess it.
No, you got to do the rhythm,
You gotta
bro.
do the rhythm.
You have to do the
No,
rhythm,
first
bro.
of all,
Yes.
that is cheating.
That's not cheating.
Yes,
Bro, you can't just
I
read it
like
off.
lyrics. There's like
It sounded like there was a couple of thoughts and some hear ye's in there, bro.
Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate.
Oh, I know who that is.
You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today.
That's Father, Father. Is that Marvin Gaye?
That's Marvin Gaye.
There we go.
Marvin
Okay.
Gaye.
There we
Marvin
go.
Gaye. Did they get it in the comments?
Oh, I don't know. See, I told you I be cheating. Sometimes I just come out and
read
say,
the phone.
answers.
yeah. Sometimes I just come out and say I don't even waiting for that. I don't even wait for
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't even wait.
Reveal those
Okay.
answers.
Let's see if they. Yeah, somebody said Marvin G. Hey y'all, what up, Devet?
What's going on, man? Okay.
The Temptations. What's going on? That is not the that girl. That is Marvin Gaye. Devet, delete that comment. She said the Temptations.
Okay. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
I know that song.
When it's cold outside, I've got some other. It's funny you just said that.
Devet, who is it?
I
Who
guess
think
you
it is,
say
Queen?
what makes me feel this way.
Devet just said it.
What do you think it is?
I'm trying to remember what Devette just said because I know the song, but I just can't remember who. So she said Temptations. What did she say?
Temptations.
Yes.
Temptations.
And guess what? Nobody even put that in the just learned something. She said, I just learned. Cheryl said the Four Tops. No. We not a no. But keep bringing in the wrong answers because it's hilarious.
Okay.
She said the Four Tops.
Baby love, my baby love. Why must we separate?
You
My
have to do
love.
the rhythm, bro.
No, I'm not gonna do the rhythm. That's gonna give it away.
I've heard that song.
Yes, you have. Why must we separate? My love, all of my whole life through.
See, you
I
don't even
never
read it
loved
right.
no one but you.
You got to do the
Why
rhythm.
do you, no? That's not how this works.
I do remember that song, but I can't remember.
Why you do me like you do? I get this need. Who is this? Baby love, my baby love.
Cheryl said the
it was like-
Temptations.
it was, no. I'm saying Diana Ross and Supremes.
She got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Supremes.
Okay.
It
She
is
knows.
Supremes.
She knows
I'm
something.
trying.
Okay, here we go.
After already said it. They did not play with that.
All right. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. You're all I ever wanted.
Lionel Richie.
She owned it.
Yes.
Hold on, let me say this before.
Yes.
Let me say this before we continue because prior to us going on air, she was just so. Hey,
Yes.
I don't know no music.
I don't-
Don't say nothing about music. Don't say nothing, okay?
My friends was telling you.
Nothing.
My friends, I don't. But
She
I'm
just been
getting-
hitting them. Oh, Lionel Richard. What is Garth Brooks? Man, she know everything.
Right, I'm taking
Reba
Jimmy. Right, taking her to
McIntyre.
Jimmy.
Yeah, she know all of them. So can you? But just so y'all know, she was so nervous initially. She was like, "Don't ask me nothing."
Yes, it's true.
Okay.
Continue.
'Cause you mean the world to me. Oh, I know. I found in you my endless love.
Endless Love. That's what? Diana Ross.
Diana Ross
Yes.
and Lionel Richie. Yep.
What's the
Yes.
lottery tickets for tomorrow?
Right.
I wish I knew.
Give me 3 numbers
I
right
wish
now. Just
I
give
knew.
them to me.
528.
There we go.
528.
Okay. I got chills. They're multiplying, and I'm losing control. That's not Motown, though. It's not Motown.
Diana Ross was Motown?
No, it's not Motown.
I'm asking.
Got
Oh,
chills.
yeah.
She
I'm
was?
losing control.
Diana Ross was Motown?
And I'm multiplying.
No, it's I got chills. They're multiplying, and I'm losing control.
Mary
know?
J.
No.
I don't know.
Okay,
No.
I'm reading the comments.
No.
Lionel Richie.
I know the people at home know this.
I'm reading the comments.
They got
just
to
so you
know
know
this.
I'm going.
Let me look at the comments.
Look
'cause
at them. You're gonna see what I'm seeing. I'm not.
I know they know this one.
I don't know.
Cheryl said Lionel Richie. I think they answered the last one though.
That's
John
what they are.
Travolta and Olivia Newton.
Yes.
You Googled
Grease
that.
lightning.
Oh.
Cheryl back. Cheryl over there Googling lyrics.
I got
Okay.
chills. All right. Back
John
to you now.
Travolta?
You never seen Grease?
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about an actual song, but
Well, I mean, that's a song in the movie Grease.
that's cheating.
Oh my goodness.
That's
You gotta
technically cheating.
Update your repertoire, okay?
You're a cheater. You're a cheater.
Okay. Now back to you, Meryl. So I want to know, what about this you think excites you the most?
I think the entire process is exciting to me, but I think the night of the ball and just to see how the children come in, they're kind of uncertain, they're unsure, but the night of the ball, I see confidence. I see them enjoying it. I see their world is lighting up because it's all about them. And you see some of them come through and they're not necessarily sure that they want to do it. But as time progresses and we're all working together, you see a difference. So it's all about the kids. That level of excitement that I have, it comes from the kids. I love working with the kids.
This is more geared, just like 97% of everything else. But just asking, because I don't know. This is geared more towards women, right, or girls. This is more for the ladies, right?
In a lot of regards, the answer to that is yes. But the young ladies have to have escorts.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and this, so I asked. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I try to make it inclusive, and so that the guys feel that they're getting something out of it, just like the young ladies do. So we do professional development, and when we do that, the guys are there. I opened up our father-daughter dinner to allow the escorts to come because sometimes the escorts have never met the families, never met the parents, and in some cases never met the deputies. And so it gives them an opportunity to become social with one another. They get to know one another and prior to having to rehearse and be in the ball. So we try to make it as inclusive as possible for the young men just as much as our young ladies.
This is what it sounds like to me. You know, a lot of stuff is geared around girls. This what it. They get the ball, bam. Then they get the prom, boom. Then they get the marriage. This is, you get what I'm saying?
They
like,
can't do none of that without a young man, right?
Oh no, and that's why I
Woo,
sound like
woo.
marriage.
Yes.
That's why I sound like
Woo,
marriage. Like, no, in a good way. You know how all the ladies
Yes.
are looking forward to
Yes.
the wedding day.
Yes.
All the girls are looking forward to prom day. The girls looking forward to prom day more than the dude looking forward to prom day. The girls looking forward to the marriage more. A dude probably doing regular stuff during his marriage day. A girl, her whole day consists
The
of
only thing he
her
worried
whole
about is his
week.
haircut.
The
Yes.
whole month consists of the day that she's getting married. A
Yes.
dude, the day of. Like, bro, my tuck's right there. I got the shoes, and I'm going to go get an edge up.
Right.
Other than that, I'm about to kick it with the homies and do regular stuff. Prom day. We kicking it. We kicking it. The girl, she getting her hair done. She getting her makeup done. All that take 4 hours.
But these are
and, you know.
life-changing events for a young lady.
And I'm agreeing
So yes.
that, like, this is more like prepare, like, not, I guess not preparing, but on you got the prom, you got and I'm just putting it in levels. Marriage, top.
Yeah.
Prom, that'll be like second layer, and then the ball, or which, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's like preparing you
For
marriage, so to speak. If that makes any sense.
Well, I mean, when this was created, wasn't the fathers giving the daughters away?
That's exactly right. It was the families are trying to marry their daughters off from one wealthy family to another wealthy family. So that's what the presentation is all about. Here's my daughter. She's being debuted to this particular young man.
Man, show me
his
how much
family.
money you got. How much money? You holding the daughter?
yes.
No, you sit right here. How much money you got?
That's kind of the concept back in the day.
You're going to have to add another
Yes.
comment there if you want this.
So for me, I wanted to remove the economic components of it and say, if a young lady is interested in becoming a part of this, then how can we make this happen for her?
Right.
Because some young ladies have never had the experience, may not ever have the experience, because if you go according to finances, they may not ever have the finances to do it. So again, I will bring young ladies through, and it doesn't cost them a nickel to participate. And so I can't do that for 10, 20, 15 girls, but as much as I can.
Right.
I try to do that because, again, it's about the experience.
But $800 for, I mean, pretty much just to be honest, for a lifetime, pretty much. Like it's not a lot at all. Like when you think of $800 forever, that's nothing. Like, because literally everything else is like you got to continue bills, gas, food, electricity, water. $800 just forever. It's like, oh yeah, take it
of what you get from this experience. What does this do for you? One of the things that I say a lot is a life-changing experience. What are you coming to gain from it? How will you allow the process to become ingrained and engrafted in you? So you can walk away with more than what you came in if you allow yourself to.
How does it change? Like, and just asking, because off ignorance, I don't know anything. Did you get like troubled females at all, and then you transformed them, and have you ever you get what I'm saying? Like, hey, anyone ever brought in, hey, my daughter's going through this and going through that, and I need to take her down a different path?
So not to that degree, but I've had moms and grandmoms come along and they say, well, we need to help her get to a certain place. Can you support and assist? And so we do. We have mentoring, and we try to support in that way. We have our professional development. We try to do that. We ensure our mother-daughter tea and what happens with that. We have the father-daughter dinner. One of the questions during our dinner this time around that I asked them is, tell me from the dad and from the dad each, what is a bonding? What bonded you all together? Is there something specific? Is there something... what is it that you can say this is a bond between my daughter and I, or my dad and I? And when you do things like that, it kind of brings out a subject matter that they may not have considered, may not have thought about, but it generates some things. And so we try to do our best to take them from one level to the next level. If they need us to help and support with college stuff, if that's what they're thinking about, or for that matter, military. I know a lot of times people probably think a debutante in military, well, if that's our career trajectory, then what can we do to help you get to that point in place? So we're geared toward what can we do to help the kids. It's all about the kids.
What are some stories that you may have that, like you say, when you ask that question, that really maybe touched your heart?
Well, I don't know. I've had a few families that have come through, and I don't know that there's a specific that comes to my mind right now, but I take a look and I see one young lady that comes to mind who, she was a niece, and her family had taken her in to take care of her, and I think she was having a hard time. So we tried to be as supportive and to be an ear or to just be there to give her an experience she may not have otherwise had, because they didn't come with any finances to actually be a part. But we wanted to ensure both of those girls were a part. And so we went out of our way to ensure that happened. And making certain that they had gowns, making certain that they had the gloves, the tiara, and that they were able to participate. Nobody knows your financial situation unless you tell them. We make certain that that's not a part of what we do. It doesn't matter what your finances are. If nobody asks, don't tell.
What it looks like to me from the outside looking at, and just speaking from a black person, again, ignorance, right? But this is what I think. It also shows that all black people are not savages as well. Like with what you're giving, like, look at this lady. Look how you give look how she speaks. Look how she's at. Like, we could do that. We could like, elegance isn't a skin color. Like, do you look? It's a state of mind, pretty much. Like, look how she's speaking. Now, me, I talk roguish, raw. Just saying, but look how this lady's talking, and when I look at it from the outside looking in, it's like, dang, you know what? When you go look at the butler, and I'm not trying to dumb down the butler, but just saying, when you look at like someone that's filthy rich and they got the butler, and you see how he talks and how elegant he is, in your mind, the butler rich too. Like, dang, what kind of family the butler come from? He white, but then like what you're is just like, dang, it just gives you a whole nother like. What if the Queen of England would, like, she basically training the Queen of England right now? Like, just out, you know what I'm saying?
You can take a person's life and just the smallest of something that you take and show, I care. And it changes the world for some people.
Right.
You just don't know where they are because they're not always vocal about their circumstances and situations, but we're not trying to pry. But if we can make a difference, certainly we're going to do our part to make a difference. We have most often young ladies and young men who come to us and they're academically strong and they're athletic and have those things. But then you have the one that's sitting in the corner, not so much. We would go to her and say, you're part of this as well.
Right.
I make certain that during the ball, for example, every single Deb, we were doing 3 dances at one point. And so I tell them no one gets to be on the back road and not be heard, not be seen. Everybody will stagger so that this young lady is not hidden behind the next young lady or anything like that. Now I'm at a point where everybody gets front row. So if this particular dance you run the front row, or the next one you're probably in the middle, because everybody will cycle through. And you're on the front row. This is about you. It's individual as well as it is group. But you'll have an opportunity to be spotlighted during the course of that dance. And so nobody gets to stay on the front row. Everybody rotates. So we make all feel special, no matter what. Size doesn't matter. Color, light, dark, doesn't matter. You're all special.
Right.
And we want them to walk away feeling like, I'm somebody. And I can make a difference in this world. And whole objective is what's the plan? How can we make you and help you make the difference in the world? What can we do to get you there?
It seems like you're giving them confidence. I know, for instance, like your wedding. You know, we dress like this all the time, and we like, oh, we look nice. But the day of your wedding, when we got on the tuxedos, and it just gives you a whole nother feeling.
It does.
Like just a tux, especially when it's fitted. Like, oh my God, it's just like someone's walking around hugging you. You just feel good. It's like you're just walking around with a permanent hug. So I can agree.
That is so true. When they have those gowns on, they feel like I'm the most beautiful person in this room. He's walking around in his tuxedo. I'm the most handsome person in the room. You can see the attitude adjustment.
Right.
Because of how they're dressed. It does make a difference.
It does.
And the atmosphere negates that. It says, I am somebody. We try to build this whole thing up to a point where by the time the ball hits the night of, they're super excited. They can't wait to get the hair, the makeup, the gown. They're super excited. But not only are the kids excited, guess what? The parents are too.
Right.
So the dancing. The dancing represent love, or what does the dancing represent?
The dancing is more of them being able to express themselves to say, yes, it's all about me. Yes, I've arrived. Yes, I'm going somewhere. Yes, I'm about to be. It's about the kids. So my music that I select is generally that type of music. And so we have the traditional waltz types of things that we incorporate in there as well. But you really, if you don't know the waltz, you're not going to be able to see, oh, that's a move, that's a part of a waltz. So we try to make it something more comfortable, more of what they would be interested in, the types of dance moves and things that are incorporated, but it's ballroom dance.
They train for put them.
I have a choreographer who works with them, and now we're doing weekly meetings in prep for the ball, so they're learning dances as I speak. We just met earlier today, and we meet every Sunday afternoon, and we get them prepped and ready to go.
Is there any scholarships attached to this?
Actually, there is, and so we have an ad and souvenir book. And so when we do our ad and souvenir books, the ads that they collect money from is returned to them in a form of a scholarship. So yes,
that is. So the ads, off topic already sounds amazing, but just go a little further into the ads. What do you mean by the ads?
So what it is businesses can advertise in the book and say, I support, congratulations to whomever it is, and you know, great things ahead of you. Whatever they want to say, there's a half page, a whole page, half page, or a quarter page, and they say what they would like to say, that debutante or that escort in support of them, and they pay per quarter page, whole page, half page.
And some of that goes towards
all of it goes to them. The only thing that I do is I take out printing. I pay the printer.
I mean, of course,
and then I give the kids all the money. It's not about our program at that point. What can we do to support them academically? And that's how we support them, is we give that money back to them in a form of a scholarship.
I know y'all hear all this that y'all getting for $800. Just so y'all know,
you could possibly get, you know, not pay yourself through college, but get you a start.
I mean, well, at the very least, if you get, let's just say you get 8 sponsors for $100, this is for life. For first off, this is, I mean, I don't know when anyone is passing, but this is forever. This is a one-time thing. First off, right? Then, right, you get 8 people to pay $100, and it don't got to be, like I said, this is for life. It could be
one person a year. It could be one person every month. It could be one person a week. But eventually, you could pay off that $800.
Well, actually, it's a one-time deal, that $800 to get into the program. It's a one-time deal. It never even comes back up again. But what they generate from these ads, and their family members can write ads in the book to them as well. It's whomever wants to support that deb, they may do so, and the escorts as well. And whatever funding that they generate, again, it is returned to them in the form of a scholarship. And the only thing that is removed from there is the cost to print the booklet. That's
And
it.
just so clear, so they know, what I'm saying is they pay that $800 one time.
One time. That's it.
And you potentially could get that $800 back multiple times by
That's
these
exactly right.
ads.
Yes.
You give them 50 people to do $100 ads, and
Exactly.
you know, other than printing whatever that is, but still you've got that $800 back that you put in to become.
That is so true.
You know,
because-
so it sounds like a win-win
is.
to me.
Yes.
Well, you know, if I had a daughter, you know, do the guys pay, or how does dudes do they get
They do. They
picked, or how do they
the
do it?
girls generally, the debs will come with escorts, and some do, some don't. I generally have to go to friends and family, and people say, "Please let us borrow your son," and let him escort one of our debs. I'll put a post on Facebook. I need an escort for one of my debs, and so the guys are as willing as girls to participate.
I would think
Yeah.
so. I could see I could see how girls would be more, just like I said, wedding day, prom day. I could see how a girl would be more interested, because they getting their makeup done, you're getting dresses. The day is about you to take pictures of dude. He probably in there laying down, sleep. Last 30 minutes, I'm coming. I'll be there. What time? I'll be there at 7, baby. I'll be on my way at 6:30. We gonna be there by 7.
Well, no, I have a couple guys that I had one last year. He's still excited about coming back. So it just depends. Then I had a mom tell me just today, her son is very excited. He was wondering where can he get himself into a program like this.
Right. Have you ever thought about doing maybe, or is that a thing to where seeing that there's boys that's interested in it? Have you ever tried to, okay, I got the girl section, and so you don't have to go get volunteers. Is there a way to also have boy debutantes? Or I don't know what it would be called, but you know.
I've had people ask me that question. They want to know, do I have it for younger children? Do I have something that's specific for boys? At this point in time, I don't, other than them escorting, because again, it's just my mother and I, really.
Right.
And we're not enough and big enough, and we don't have the capital to branch
you
out
gonna
and
get
start
them.
something new as far as the younger kids or the boys. We don't have enough hands on deck to make that happen.
It's
today.
coming. It's coming.
It's
coming.
I want to ask you a tough question.
Okay.
Tough question here is does it have to be boy or girl?
As far as participation,
When it comes, can a woman be an escort?
no.
Can it be 2 girls?
Sorry.
So it has to
I
be
agree with you.
male, female.
Sorry.
But it got to be 2 boy, a boy and a girl.
The debutante is
Formal. It got to be how it's formally. It's nothing towards anybody. It has to be
Exactly.
how traditionally. We're going traditional.
Correct. It's
I
just
understand. So
traditional.
we're not disrespecting nobody. She's sticking with tradition. Traditionally, it was a girl. We're going to keep it like they did it in 1563. That's all I'm saying.
1560.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's all we saying. How they do it in the Bible. That's how we doing it. That's all she's
So
saying.
Cheryl Meadows says she needs to become a 501(c)(3).
And we are.
Yeah.
We are tax exempt 501c3. We're a
C3.
nonprofit. Yes,
I
we
read
are a
that
nonprofit
place.
organization.
All right, let's go. Yeah, let's get to these comments.
So when our families, businesses, people decide they want to support by way of our ads and things like that, we can give them a tax documentation to file.
Something that Aubrey had brought up to me yesterday, when it comes to the prissiness and the makeup and so forth, you ever get any pushback from the fathers? Like, I don't want my daughter wearing all this makeup.
Not yet. We haven't, but I had young ladies that say, well, I'm into makeup. And that's a choice. They don't have to. They're beautiful as they are. So if they choose not to wear, I don't wear makeup. So it is their choice. And so I'm of a certain, and I don't do it. But if I felt I wanted to, then surely I would. So I leave that part optional and up to the families. If they choose to do, however they do hair and makeup, I totally let them decide.
So they can
hair
do it
and
all
makeup.
natural. They can do a fro if they want to.
I've had one who did that. So so it's totally up to the families.
Let me catch up on these real quick. 'Cause they got some stuff to tell you.
Okay.
So the vet is a beautiful thing. So its age bracket is between 15 and
Juniors,
18.
seniors in high school, and some college students, yes.
What that age? So like 14.
So seniors and seniors are really
15.
like 16, 17 and 18
Okay,
maybe.
so she right there between 15 and 18. Okay, Cheryl said becoming a deb builds self-importance, confidence,
Yes.
and life social skills.
I so agree with her.
And then the vet says training young people up. Also preparing people to date. This what she means. Preparing people to correctly. She's looking at that.
Okay.
Well, she can see
Yes.
it that way. Cheryl says I think she's going back on what we said earlier about the money. Got to be rich. The fiance's family would pay dowry back in the
my
day.
What is a dowry?
Yeah.
That is like we're paying to marry.
Oh, they used to bring you like two cows or something.
Yeah.
I brought you a cow. Yeah, goats.
Yeah,
There we go.
right.
Yeah, bring you like some goats or something like that. Yeah, to the father, to present to the father, like, hey, all right.
And some dads still will pay in portions, if not all, for the to be married.
Luckily, so my girl, she traditional, and I'm just glad I got a traditional. Her family, dad and they paying for the full wedding. That's how you feel. I'm glad
So
that I
some
got.
people still do.
That's how her
They
family
actually
is.
do. Yes.
That's how her family is, and it's like
Yes.
all I gotta do is pay for my tux. I'm like,
So you're happy.
That's depressing for me because little girl.
right.
I got a little
you gotta
girl,
pay
that's
for all.
depressing.
Hey, and I got nothing.
So
And I got
get ready. That's
Yeah,
that's
man.
ready.
I got nothing but boys.
Oh,
So I'm
sorry.
gonna make sure, hey, if you gonna date her, let me talk to her father first. Let me know. I ain't rich, fam. I ain't got no money.
I ain't gonna have.
I ain't no half. I didn't have with my wife. I ain't gonna have with his mama. And I ain't gonna have with the people married. Let's see.
funny.
Let's see what else we got. What up, Uncle Arthur? Let's see. Love. They talking about your face. Ooh, love that all natural.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I'm horrible with makeup, so thank you.
You look nice. Let's go. What we got? What we at?
Yeah, man. So, man, shout out, man. We'll shout out some folks, man. Shout out to Deborah Johnson. I see. Like I said, shout out
That's
to
my mother.
Really?
That's your mama?
Yes.
Oh,
Hold up.
what's going on, mama?
Mama. Mama.
What are some things that you want to talk about as far as the debutante that we haven't brought up yet?
Yeah, is there
We
anything?
have covered so much. I don't know that there's anything left that we haven't touched bases
Mm-hmm.
on. I would just encourage people to support us, be a part of us. Send girls and families our way. We're constantly always looking for more Debs every single year. Send us some escorts. Come, see what we're doing. Be a part of it. Come to the ball.
Yeah, how can we get a
Buy
ticket?
tickets.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. How can we get a ticket to even
And
come and see what you
so-
guys are about?
The kids, the Debs and escorts all have tickets, so you can touch bases with them. You can also go to my website. You can also contact me directly, and we can make certain that we get you tickets.
We'll
So-
try to put that in the comments. We'll get Deidre to put that in the comments. What's your website,
so we have
real quick?
the website is Gateway to Pearls Debs, I think.
One
I have to
moment.
look it
I'm
up
about to
myself.
put that in
Yes,
there.
look
Can
it
you? No, I'm about to put it in the thing
up.
for
I
you.
have to look it up myself because I
And if they wanted to donate, how do
we
they
want
go
all
about
that.
donating?
We need all that.
Donations the same way. They can reach out to me, go to my website. They can donate that way. I have Cash App. I think it's called Venmo. I have Zelle. I have PayPal. So again, and we're tax exempt. So
We take
if
food
people-
stamp, all that. Just
Food
help us
stamp.
out.
I don't know
We need all
about
that.
that
Help
one.
us out. We take yen, dinar. We take all that. We need all that.
So, is this something that's done all over the country?
You will find it in various cities. I can't say that you're going to find it in every city, but you're going to find it throughout. So it's not a secret. It's there. People do know. And the website
There we go. That's what I needed.
is gatewaytopearlsdebutanteball.com.
If you guys
I'm
have
gonna
any
sound
questions,
stupid. How do you spell debutante?
DEBUTANTE.
you are
T-E?
retarded.
Yeah.
You spell it. You don't know how to spell it. You thought Chicago. You thought
Spell
St.
Versace.
Louis. Spell Mississippi. All right. So www.gatewaytopearl or pearls with an S.
S.
Pearls debutante.
Ball.com.
Oh, I thought it was debutante. It's debutante.
Yes.
Okay. .com.
Yes.
All right, it'll be in the comments, y'all, and that right there is if y'all want to
And
donate.
like us on Facebook.
Oh, so Deidre already done put the website on?
Deidre, don't be beat, Deidre. You see my hand? You see? Put the camera on me. You see what I'm doing? You see my hands right here? Do not do that. Do not do that.
She beat you to it already.
Don't beat me. You see what I was doing? I was waiting her forever to put that in there. You could have let me do it. Matter of fact,
Wanna
I'm
feel
still,
special.
I'm still gonna do it. We both did it. We both
There
did
you
it.
go.
It's there
It
twice.
doesn't hurt to have it
Twice.
Yeah, it's
That's
there
it.
twice. Just you want to think that I can't do it.
Oh man. So let's get into some other. Let's get more personally into you. So What do you think traditionally how you should date someone? In your opinion?
I would have to say I am probably one of those traditional type old school dating people because I would venture to say court. Date a person, get to know a person, but not multiple people. One at a time, one person. You because to me your attention is divided and diverted. Focus on one person, get to know that person, and develop a relationship. So
You seem like the person that he better open that door. Or is that a thing? You feel? Hey,
Let me excuse myself.
it is for me. I appreciate that. I appreciate someone who wants to ensure I'm inside when we're walking versus outside. Someone who's going to open the doors. I appreciate that, and I look for it.
Right. And so is that what you also teach the young ladies? Like
Yes,
make sure you
expect
open the door
young men
for
to be
you.
young men and treat you like a young lady should be treated.
Okay. most
Now, how
definitely.
should a young lady be treated?
Respect for one, protect, cover, all of those things. Ensure that she's taken care of.
You probably could write a book on how to be
I'm
a
trying
lady.
to tell
huh?
you, like,
Just the way, just so elegant. She look even when she smiled.
yeah,
Like
Oh
everything
my
is
gosh.
just.
it reminds you of
just
like that southern, like a southern,
a warm, like somebody ain't just.
Ain't
Like somebody ain't. You feel me?
yeah.
Like even like when we joking, you guys are funny. Like
Yeah, oh my
we not
gosh.
gonna cuss. I wouldn't feel right cussing around her. Like I'm not cussing around her.
Good, don't do that.
I'm not.
What's
He
going on?
cuss a lot. He got a horrible
Ocbia.
mouth.
I know I'm probably saying your name wrong. Ocbia. How would you say it?
All right, let me try that. Bia. That's what it looked like, but it's Osbia. Hey, bro,
Ocbia.
pronounce that for us in the comments if you don't mind, because that is
Miss
crazy.
Miss Ann Cedillo.
Osbia, yeah. And
There ain't no
Cedillo.
B in there.
Osbia.
He can't read, y'all. It's okay.
Ocebia. How would you pronounce that?
Oh no, I was talking about the last name though. Look, she laughing at her.
How would you pronounce that? The name. Oh,
she-
yes.
she-
Look, she got to write it.
CIB.
Ocebia.
Yeah.
How you pronounce that?
That's French. That's a French name.
No, that ain't French. That's ghetto. That ain't French.
I'm not going to butcher her name on this show.
That's not. Look, she said, I ain't about to. That is not French.
Look, she said Ann is good.
That is from the slums of the east side. No, I'm just playing. Put it. Hey, you know how you could spell it out? Spell it out for us in the comments if you don't. Aubrey is funny. That's your name. I apologize. But go ahead. Close us out. What did you about to say? Go ahead. Don't let me hold us up with these comments.
So into ways. Yes, ma'am. So
Ocbia.
again, so do you have a personal Facebook yourself? Or you just have a Debutante
I have
Facebook?
a personal Facebook page, and then I have the Debutante page. So I have
Okay.
both.
And the Debutante page is what? So they go on Facebook and do you have Instagram as well?
I have Instagram, but I don't keep up with it enough to say that I pay attention to that one, or Snapchat, but I think I have them both. I'm one person. My mother is not social media savvy, so I can't keep up with all the social media. So if somebody wants to volunteer to keep up with social
You need
media.
an assistant. You
Now,
need an
just so you
assistant.
know, there's a way that you can connect your Instagram and your Facebook. So every time you post on one, it'll also go to the other. So you can.
I saw that the other day, so
Yeah, that's what I be
did that.
doing.
I did that
because I'm
but
lazy.
I did that.
You see the same post on both things. Like, what? He did that? No, I posted it on one, and it went to the other.
I'm gonna try and find my Facebook page and tell you what that is now.
Okay.
It's Gateway to Pearls Dibs.
Gateway to Pearls.
Osabia say, I don't know. She said, "Why y'all doing me?" It's gonna be Osabia.
I know we butchering your name.
Your name is
Yes.
Osabia. That's it. It's Osabia. Do y'all need volunteers, and how can RadioActive be a part?
We always need volunteers.
Because you know
and
we'll
so-
come through.
Right, in a
Yes,
tuxedo.
Are we too? Are we too old to volunteer? Are we too old to?
Be escorts?
Yeah, escort.
So you can be a dad because
Okay.
trust me.
She's just gonna give us some children. She's gonna give us some kids. These kids ain't got no father figure. We need you to stand in their place.
In all actuality, because you have to sometimes look at the family dynamics. We don't always have dads.
I used to be in the
that
Big
are
Brothers and Big Sisters program.
available. So yes, I've had to ask friends to step in and kind of be a dad.
Now, if we be their daddy, we get to whoop them too. I get to whoop them too. I get to whoop them.
Are great. They
I
need
get
that.
to
They're
whoop them.
great.
Well, they might do something that I don't think is great.
You know,
I get to
I'm
whoop
glad
'em.
I'm gonna ask this last question real quick. It may not be the last, but do you feel that today's kids, when it comes to giving spankings and so forth, do you think that that's needed, or do you think that they need a good talking to?
Oh,
I think it's a combination.
Okay.
you gotta whoop them while you talking.
Didn't
That's what she said. She said it's a combination. You gotta hit them. Every hit,
With the
it gotta be a
1-2
word. It gotta be hit, didn't I? Hit, tail,
Well, that
hit,
worked
hit,
too back
you.
in the day.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked now.
It got the
okay,
job
my kid.
done.
Hey, I'm whooping. I'm whooping. Well, my girl would say that I don't, but I'm whooping. But but
I
a
think
combination.
it's a combination. I do.
Gonna be the one crying too while he
Yep. Yes, he is. Yes, he called that to the
Hey,
T. Yes,
I ain't gonna lie.
exactly.
I'm a punk. I'm a punk. But this my show. I can be a punk on my show.
Oh man, oh man.
God.
Well, we really appreciate you coming
Thank
here,
you.
sitting down with us. I hope you enjoyed yourself and had a good
I
time.
appreciate you all because yes, someone asked a question or you asked a question. What can you do? Keep our name out there. Keep
Yes.
people talking
Well,
about
definitely.
us.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
so
Yes,
That's definitely gonna be the case. Like I said, you came to the right spot,
I appreciate
and we were definitely gonna
this.
get the word out for you. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
And yeah, I mean this is interesting. Like I have daughters myself; they're not
Come
of
to
age
the
yet.
ball. You guys come to the ball.
How do we get it? Oh, well, you told me you get a ticket
Yes.
from you. How much are
Yes.
tickets? What do we do?
The
How do we-
55 for adults and 20 for
It come with
children.
food and everything.
Yes, it does.
Ooh,
It does.
but you gotta teach us the etiquette though. 'cause
I don't know
we
no
gonna be the ones-
etiquette. We
Yeah.
gonna be in there looking
Right.
stupid. They gonna play a song and be like, "That's my song."
You know what? you're not going to
You feel me?
because you're going to feel the atmosphere and you're going to blend in.
Yes,
When
we
you're
can
adapt.
grown,
We can
you
adapt.
do as
No,
the Romans
mama,
do.
you don't under. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. It's gonna be so silent in there. And they gonna play that one song, and AC gonna be like, "Okay, time to turn it up." Okay, they don't play my song. You feel me? So we gonna be trying. So we gonna be sitting there holding it. We gonna be sitting there like,
Trying to hold
Well,
it.
and you know what? That's why I have such an
can't
amazing
do it.
DJ.
Uh-huh.
So after the ball, you can cut loose and do those.
Oh, okay, that's
things.
what I'm gonna ask that.
The dance floor is open. The kids love it, and so the music is there for them. And he plays the things that kids like.
the
and
kids
so,
like
yeah,
nowadays.
it's the open.
That
debate.
hippity hop.
So yes, you can cut loose at that point.
Okay,
"Oh, we
man.
gonna be
This-
sitting there. My name
you
is
are.
Hump, but no, I'm not a dummy. See, like we be sitting there at the bar taking shots of
Oh, no
apple
alcohol.
juice.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
No alcohol.
That's
No
what I'm
alcohol.
saying. We'll be taking shots of apple
Can
juice,
you-
getting
so
drunk.
is it BYOB though?
No.
See, you
Totally
see,
like
that's what I'm
them.
saying. He don't invite him. He gonna be the dude with a little pint in his jacket
Oh
pint.
my
He
gosh.
fibbing on me.
No,
That's him.
this is totally family.
He gonna be little. He gonna go take a smoke break. This guy, he out there taking a smoke break. He needs to be in here with the kids.
That's how you know somebody talking about the
He's supposed to be in here with the kids. He out there taking a smoke break in the car.
Oh, okay, well, just come back in not smelling like smoke.
That's what I'm
That's
telling
all.
him. Don't
Oh.
invite him.
My goodness.
Invite
I
me,
want
though.
you guys to come.
Invite
I
me.
do, because I want you guys to see
I'm
what
elegant.
we do. So
My
come
girl
see.
call me Clatchet. Classy and ratchet.
That's okay. Bring it all. And afterwards, you can display it all.
There we go. That's what I'm
We
talking about.
about to make a change in this thing. They're gonna be all in that church like.
Yeah. You're going to feel quite welcome. You're going to feel the inviting of the environment, and you're going to blend right in. Nobody's going to know the difference.
Oh man, this is amazing.
We make you feel welcome.
I ain't gonna lie, I had a blast, man. And I told you, like, she was nervous at first, y'all. And
I
I
sure
tell you,
was.
the
Oh
nerves,
my gosh,
nerves
yes.
go out the door.
Y'all see how she answered all the questions?
Right.
Y'all,
On point.
let me tell the people that.
She killed the game. I mean, she killed the game.
I
like,
didn't think I was going to be great with that at all.
And this is what we
Man.
tell people, just so you know. We tell them, come over to RadioActive. When they see us on the internet and things and they just watching, they think like, oh, you know, they too much or we're not going to be comfortable there. We're going to be nervous. We treat you just like family. Treat you just
guys
like my
have
Amy.
calmed my nerves. You made me feel comfortable, so I appreciate
There we
that
go.
because I'm not the one that's front and center. I'm more of the behind the scenes. I don't want to be on the camera. I don't want the mic. I just want to make it all happen from behind the scenes, and I am so good with that.
if you ever come back, make sure you bring Mama with you.
Yeah, you got to bring Mama
will.
with you.
I will.
You
'Cause
got
she's
to.
the hardest soul helping making this happen.
Which one of the two asked the hardest question? I can tell you who.
It was probably me.
Yes.
You right.
But I know. Both of, we're asking some.
Don't-
That's a combination right there.
I
Yes.
say both. I say both.
Combination.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man.
I've been knowing this guy for like 20 years. This is my best friend ever since.
Yes.
Okay.
Like we was
Ninth
young.
grade.
We
Yeah.
can tell. I can tell.
I still don't like him. I don't like him
I can
now.
tell.
I don't like him now. I go to his mama house and kick him out.
The relationship is obvious that you guys have a great
Yes.
bond.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man.
You can
I
feel it.
couldn't have a better co-host, man. Straight up. I love you, man.
I love you too, dog.
I love it. You guys are awesome.
Where can they find you at on social media? I know you gave out your
Right. I know you said it before, but say it again.
One
Go
more
ahead,
time.
Say it again.
Okay,
Let's
so
give all our social
Facebook
media.
is Gateway to Pearls Debs. It's Facebook.
Okay.
And the website is gatewaytopearlsdebutanteball.com.
Okay.
And that's how they can find us.
And do you want to give out your personal Facebook and no, just go
Mine
there?
is just my name, Kim Williams.
Kim Williams. Okay.
Yes, just my name.
Cam
Already.
Williams.
Yep, it's out
Look,
there.
Ain't D, this is mama. Look, his mama on him right now. Yes, them are my boys. I'm your boy. We don't even know him, Ain't D. I'm your boy. When you met me, you got rid of this guy. Where they find us on Instagram at? Deidre just put the name for you in the comments too, Queen.
Thank you.
Where they find us at? On
Yo,
what's
you can catch us, of course, on Facebook, Radioactive Podcast. You catch us on Instagram, Radioactive_podcast, as well on YouTube,
And your
Radioactive Podcast. Oh, and your person, go ahead. You go ahead and go first.
He don't know his personal.
I don't know
Facebook.
my personal
Or
Facebook.
Instagram.
I'm on my
That's what-
personal Instagram.
He don't. Did you see how he did that? You
go first.
I know
Let me
his.
look mine up real
His
quick.
is H Boogie 1388.
There
Mine
we
is
go.
official Lambo Warren, bro.
See, that's how you got my back. You see, that's
I do have his
Well,
back.
I
Fast
had to
forward.
look mine up too, so I can't
Thank you.
say nothing.
Thank
I've been doing this his whole life.
Oh. See, you got him covered.
There we
Look,
go.
sometimes he be in there dehydrated. On Thursday, he be about to die. But like, bro, drink some water. I be saving his life. I save this guy's life. Sometimes he don't breathe. I be like, bro, inhale, exhale. So, yeah. But hey, man, we appreciate y'all. You feel me? Any last words you like to say, Mom?
I appreciate you all having me on here. Thank you so much to give me an opportunity to talk about my program. I'm so passionate about it. I love it. I love working with my family. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, if you want to shout out Ray Ray and them, you know what I'm saying? If you want to. No. She's like,
I don't even know Ray. Everybody I know is
Ray.
elegant. I know Bartholomew, Esquire, the seventh. It was 7 of them. It's 7 of his names. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Radioactive Podcast. I've been making them like, look, hey, every time I've been making you laugh your whole life, bro. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Radioactive
yes,
Podcast.
this is Radioactive Podcast. Peace.
Keep hope alive.